hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you on this beautiful Friday evening in January, the 8th of January, 2021. And it's time for evening prayers. This happens here on the New Thought Media Network every morning at 8:15 a.m. and every evening at 8:15 p.m. So I am personally just incredibly grateful that you're with us today. Now, we sure do have a lot to pray for also. There's prayers of celebration. There's prayers of bewilderment. I'll be honest. There's all kinds of prayers for all kinds of reasons going on here this evening. And throughout the last couple of days. And I trust that you've seen some of our hosts and some of their prayers, some of the conversations that's been happening around the network, around what happened here in the United States on Wednesday with, we're calling it like, I'm calling it like it is. It was a coup attempt. It was an attempted coup. It failed. But if you want to see a great commentary, check out this morning's episode of Ministers Talking Shit. Rev BRZ and I had our wonderful guest, Rev Melissa, got together this morning and had a rousing conversation, and all in a half an hour. So I encourage you to check that out. All right. So as I was kind of saying, there's a lot going on in the United States. There's a lot to pray for. There's a lot to pray about. And really, in many, many ways, to me, it comes back to one of the prayers we've been praying for months and months, and that's to recognize a greater sense of the oneness and the unity that is our lives as an expression of God's life, to recognize that the transformation is upon us and embrace that transformation, because, there's no question. We're up to our eyeballs at transformation, and it's only the 8th day of 2021. So, it's there's a lot here to be grateful for, and there's a lot of exciting things happening. So let's get into some prayer work here. Now, remember, this is not a begging and beseeching. This is not please bless me and the heck with the other guy. This is an affirmation of truth as we know it, and a revelation of the truth as it happens to us. And if you'd like to avail yourself of the power of prayer, please send us an email, prayer@ntmedia.org, and we'll be sure to make sure that the whole prayer team gets working on your request. Good evening, Suzanne. Good to see you, dear one. Grateful you're with us. Thank you for being here. It is a beautiful good evening. Cold and gonna snow in Denver area tonight. All right. So here's what I know for sure. I know, and I invite you to join me in this knowing. I know there is only one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence, and it is right now having its being as all of life. Now I call that God. And I recognize God as source, as supply, as the never-ending wellspring of love and light and beauty and truth and health and wealth and well-being and abundance, prosperity. It's all God all the time. And so I recognize this oneness moving and breathing and having its being as all of life, every expression of life. Doesn't matter by the name, by what color hair, or what color skin, or what color clothes, or what language someone may speak. Deeply, we are one. We are all part of this one human family here together on this giant rock floating through space and time, having no idea where we're going or no idea how it all ends. And then none of that really matters, because the truth is what we have is this moment together, as one human collective, as one experience of life and life everlasting. One experience of God's life breaking itself down into the multitudes and the masses of multitudes that is human experience as well. See, what I know is I know the allness of God is having its being right now as me, as you, as our friends and family, those we don't agree with, those who block us on Facebook, those who shout and scream and yell and even barge their way into places they don't belong. Even there, God. Even there, the experience, the expression of God's life, finding experience, pouring forth into experience, so we may all be lifted up into a greater consciousness, so we may all come to a greater sense of serving the revelation of a great vision, a vision of the world that works for everyone. And grateful to know that we are each being called in this time to step into our own magnificence and say, this is what I shall serve. And we each stand at that point. Shall we serve the light or shall we serve the darkness? Shall we serve the chaos or shall we serve peace? Shall we serve love or shall we serve the sense of hatred? For in this human experience, we get to choose. We have that free will. In the mind of the divine, it's all perfect. So I choose that which gives life. I choose that which affirms life. I choose the light over the darkness. I choose the love over the hatred. And in this human experience, that is how we create heaven on earth. By our choices, moment by moment by moment. And so we may live in a hell of our own making or a heaven of our own affirmation. And I know where I choose. I know where I stand. I know on to which part of this equation I belong. I claim for each one that hears these words a deep sense of the calling to serve the light, to be on that side of reformation, of revealing, of bringing forth this mighty vision, of serving a world that works for everyone, of supporting this human evolution that we are in the midst of, that is upon us, of saying yes to the gift that is within, of saying yes to the skills and the talents that live within each one of us, and to share that in unique and magnificent ways. Sometimes even crazy ways, even awe-inspiring, sometimes confusing ways. And still, it's all God. So it must all be good. And I know it could truly be no other way. Oh, so I take this stand this day for order over chaos, knowing both as necessary to the human condition and only the order as the truth of God. I choose love over hatred, knowing love as the truth of God. I choose to serve this evolutionary impulse for good and recognize that good filling my life as well and filling the lives of each and every one that hear these words. Deeply we are one, and together, mighty, we are love. So I claim for each a sense of being love this day, being love as we move into this weekend, being love as we continue the march forward in peace, in a peaceful transition of power in this country, to be love as we create the world we wish to live in, rather than rail against the one we do. Together, we are creating this mighty vision. So I'm grateful to be on the journey with each and every one that hears these words. I'm grateful to be on the journey and to serve the evolution of whomever shall say yes to this mighty, mighty calling. And know that in the midst of it all, it's still all God, so it must be good. And so it is with a grateful heart that I lift up these words, I lift up this prayer into the law that must demonstrate, that must operate upon these words, and I let it be. I let go, and I let God be God. And if any of this has resonated with you in any way, please join me in an affirmation of this truth as we say together, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us, dear ones. So grateful that you're here. So grateful that you are here. because together we are changing the world. Together we are lifting up the light of truth and the light of God. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of the New Thought Media Network. Thank you for sharing your gifts, your tithes, your offerings, your donations with us. Today is your day to hit that button and hit that donate button. Please do. And maybe you don't even think it's your day to hit that donate button, but please do. Your donations make sure that we continue to be able to share this message into the world and do the good work of lifting up human consciousness. So it's how we're doing it. And we want to do it with you. So we're grateful you're on the journey with us. Hey, there's a lot going on. I can understand. I understand, Suzanne. Yes. And we are leading ourselves to an even greater experience. So I'm going to choose life, choose peace, and feel your sadness, and stay in that place of light. Folks, there's a lot going on around the network these days. If you haven't heard, tomorrow I'm really excited because tomorrow we're launching something brand new, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Be with us for prayers at 8:15. They'll wrap up at 8:30, and then at 9 o'clock, the Science of Mind and Spirit lecture series. Look at this lineup of speakers. Now, this is a team of 7, and we're going to be sharing this every Saturday morning for all of 2020. We're going to be sharing talks. So we use the word lecture, but they're 20-minute talks with a 15-minute question and answer time. And we're going to be able to give you an opportunity to be a part of this, to connect with this and interact with our speakers on a weekly basis. We're going to be talking about and teaching from the Science of Mind textbook. And I'm extremely excited to be doing this. So really do invite you to be with us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. And every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, where you'll get to be and connect with one of these amazing people. Look at this lineup. Tracy Brown, Michelle Wadley, Ray Cheryl McCreary, Elzia Sekou, Ken Gordon, Victoria Bomberry. There's going to be some great talks over this year on Saturday mornings, and we really want you to come and be a part of that. So join us for that. And if you haven't caught the morning sip with Rev Melissa just yet, oh my gosh, golly, do make sure you do that. Every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time, a 20 to 30 minute morning sip, Spirit in Practice with Rev Melissa. And she's been preaching it strong in the morning hours. So join us for that. Those past episodes are in the archives on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page as well. And next Wednesday, Rev Melissa is going to be starting a new program as well. This is going to happen at noon Eastern, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, Living Life in Joy, a different format than her morning sip program, and a whole different a different side of Rev Melissa there. So we invite you to join us for that as well. And hey, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that our 40-day peace vigil is still going and going strong. There's still time for you to sign up if you'd like to be involved. Drop me your email in a comment or send it to us on an email address, or head on over to newthoughtmedianetwork.org/40-day-peace-vigil. I know it's a long address. Or just send me your email and I'll put you in the system. And get involved with our peace vigil. It's a 10-minute peace practice every morning delivered to you via email, so you can do it whenever you want. You don't have to be on live. You don't have to do anything special. You just got to check out your email when you want to be part of the 40-day peace vigil. So please take advantage of that. All right, folks, I'm out of here for now. I'm going to get working on my talk for tomorrow. I got most of it, but I got a few things I want to polish up on it. So join us tomorrow morning. Until then, peace and blessings. I love you. Let's what are we going to do? We're going to go forth, and we're going to be peace, and we're going to go forth, and we're going to be love. Until next time, peace and love. Bye now.
On behalf of the New Thought Media Network, thank you for being with us for this special prayer broadcast. We look forward to being with you again soon, 8:15 a.m. or 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Until then, Peace and blessings.